Episode 2 of my series of my Fallout 4 settlements. Today we are on Spectacle Island. We are going to take a look at my Spectacle Ranch slash Fortress. I will be explaining some of how I did the build, but almost all of this, the main house, was done with the concrete pack, with a few here and there of other workshop components, but most of it, the majority of it, is done with concrete. And then with barn, when we get to the barn area. All of this is done clean. There are no mods on this settlement. I am playing on Xbox One. And let's begin the tour. So this is Spectacle Island. I've removed all of the trees and everything else that I could remove on the island to set up more of a prairie ranch feel for this. Of course, there are still bodies of the stupid settlers because I cannot get rid of them unless I use the mods, which I have in other games, and I will demonstrate those in future videos. But for this one, as I said, this is an unmodded version, and I wanted to demonstrate that for folks who play without mods. So let's get started. Here we have my Brahmin herd, quite large. I have no idea how many. 50, I'm gonna guess. As I said, here is the main fortress, main house, citadel, and we'll come to that in a few minutes. So I was standing on top of a turret. The majority of defense here is death claws that I have trapped. Lots of death claws. Again, I don't know how many. I just kept catching them and releasing them. So there are quite a few wandering. We will see this camera shake every time one passes me, of course. Here are some dogs that I collected. They are mutated dogs that I collected from the Far Harbor area DLC from the Super Mutant that sells dogs there. And then I moved them here, built a kennel for them, and set them within the herd to make sure that they're protecting the herd. Everything here is about protecting the herd. I haven't done anything down here to the original destroyed house that came with the island or with the docks. I avoided it. Just didn't want to do anything with it. I did, however, use this for some sleeping. I have 18 settlers here and not enough room inside the citadel, so I moved some here. Oh, I think I have a Brahmin captured. So here's the barn for the Brahmin. I built it around 3 Brahmin cages or traps. As you can see, 2 have Brahmin in them. Let's release them. So we head upstairs, and I have a switch box that powers all the Brahmin traps and the lights for inside the barn, which that just caused an issue. So I'm going to have to turn on power for the rest of the island. There seems to be an issue with my power coming from the nuclear generator in the back. So I'm going to head back there, maybe get some notes or something from some of you fine folks on how to fix that. Here's an interesting tip. When you put a whole lot of stuff, living things on an area in one of your settlements, they all begin to spawn in the same place at the same time. And when that happens, some of them shoot many feet into the air and come rolling, shooting back down to earth to their deaths. So that's why these are laying here dead. So let's go to the power plant. Here's my power plant on the back of the island. Of course, the original power from the island comes from that ship, as most people know. But I put an extra power plant in here. This sucker tends to break down. And power's back on. I had to finagle this thing in around the floor because it would not fit inside for some reason. I couldn't get it to clip. So it is sitting on top in there. And then, of course, the top pokes through so I can run wires onto these connectors to hook into the main connectors that came with the island and then move more along. Oh, I guess I have no power coming from the boat now. All power comes from there. So as I said, power comes out of here. Main power. Now it is running. And it runs up the middle of the island. There's some of those bodies I was griping about. So the power runs up the middle of the island to power the main fortress. and everything else in between. So here's the greenhouse where all of the food is stored for the settlement. Back side of the main house. Just built around this guy. Can't do anything with it, even if you have mods. So it serves a purpose. It's a connector to the house. House is completely, I keep calling it a house, the fort is completely armed all the way around to the teeth with turrets and spotlights at every convenient point. Moving down. This is the only entrance to the fortress, is here, and this is a stairwell that leads to the bridge. It leads into the main building. I will go inside in just a moment. I want to take a tour of the outside with you first. So I was able to build I was able to build into the side of the mountain here, or hill, by using concrete foundations. Concrete is about the best option if you want to do anything like this, where you have, you know, a straight foundation and taking advantage of the lay of the land at the same time, with multiple levels. So there's a garage area here that wall supplements as a garage door till I figure out a better option. So it's the very lowest level of the facility. Hello, Deathclaw. And then it leads into an upper floor here, which leads into the stairwell, which we're looking up at now, that then feeds into every floor of the house. Top floor, the extended high-rise level, is a sort of control tower for the area. We'll get to that inside when we do the inside tour. Again, turrets throughout, bristling as they say, and spotlights everywhere. I could place one that seemed to make sense. Probably should have one here. That's a work area and the armory, as we shall see, and the back side of the house. Here's the dock area that feeds in for the provisioners to come up. That leads to their general store on the dock where they can do their business. Water tower. This platform is a place to house the trap for Deathclaws, which for the time being I've put back in the workshop because I'm not bringing in new Deathclaws right now. Have more than enough to police this island. Nothing attacks this island. Pretty well defended. Guard tower. All of my guards are decked out in the marine armor. Well, this person has the Church of Adam marine armor. Not sure what weapons I gave them offhand. I'd have to see one walking. They're all going to be carrying the same weapon, though. As we saw in my first video, my sanctuary guards are all carrying miniguns and dressed in courser uniforms and bowlers. I believe they all have sunglasses, too. Here they all have sunglasses. Maybe. I can't remember. It's been a long time. Alright, so back to the main entrance for the facility, which I built around a vault door. Gotta give you the full effect. Okay, and we come to the entrance. And entering in, we have a storage area in the main entrance. Excuse me. And then we come into the stairwell that leads up. Turrets guarding that. This is the main bridge hallway that leads into the fortress itself. I'm just going to take a moment to come up here to the top to see that we have a place for defending with sniper rifle if need be. Or just a good view of Pridwin and Boston. Okay. Now, here's my biggest gripe is the death clause. I have a strict no death clause inside policy, and the sons of guns break it quite often. I get a little fed up with the bastards. So this is the industrial area of the fortress. It houses the workbenches, a couple of machines to build. So this is an ammunition plant. Here I have a plant to build, to make some clothing. Ooh boy, that thing's been running. I'll bet it's full. Nope, good. And then this console runs whatever type of ammunition or clothing I want to make at the time. Here's the garage that I was talking about. It is inaccessible from this floor. We have to go up a floor, which, as you can see, is mostly done with the grid flooring to see through. I like that look. I thought it was kind of cool. It really opened up the space quite well, because this can be kind of a tight, cavernous space, but with that mesh flooring, feels bigger. So we're in the main floor of the fortress, which is quite bare for now. We have a little bit of seating over here. This is a couple of display areas for an armor display or power suits or statues, whatever I choose. Power armor is the idea. There are also turret platforms outside. Seating area, the view of the greenhouse. Guard area for the main house, main floor. Here's a little workout area. Whoop, I think I'll have to turn that bench around, I guess. Weights, some lockers. Here's the way into the garage. This will house a robot workbench. They from the Mechanist DLC, or pretty much whatever else I want. I used to keep the Deathclaw trap in here, which I built this around, and then of course as soon as you try to move it, it immediately becomes unplaceable, but it was placed in here, minus when I didn't have this platform up here. But again, it just took up so much space, and I like the space for whatever else I might want to do in this room. So back into the main floor, and then up another floor we come into the sleeping / living area / armory. Up here will take us to the roof in a moment. So we enter into the armory. Got a spot for working on power armor. I do not have any power armor display. I don't care for them in here. They stick out too far from the wall. This area, we will come back to this fortress in a future video that I have heavily modded using mods, but not overwhelmingly here. But I have used a lot of inventory mods in order to give me enough materials to really deck this place out with armor, with a power armor library that's fairly extensive, that includes a lot of player modded power armor, original pieces. I'm really appreciative and in awe of some of the stuff people have done with mods. So I want to do some showcasing of their work through my own use of that. So when I get to those videos, I'll be giving a lot of props to those folks. But I want to get down the names. I'm new to this whole upload thing, so links and adding text is not in my forte yet. So when we get to the modded settlements, I will verbally give acknowledgement to the folks who made the mods and their mods. So anyway, armory. Still filling it in. I have lots of weapons to still put up. Kind of small. The windows limit it. Down through here is all sleeping and living. So over here to the right, I have my bathroom, a couple of shitters, and some sinks. Then each door down through the hallway is a room that's identical to this one, which has one desk, 2 beds. Each bed has a footlocker. Ceilings are mesh, but that's for aesthetic when we get to the roof. And let's be honest, people, in Fallout it rains through every ceiling anyway, so who gives a crap if the ceilings are there or not, except just for looks. Those are actually not mesh ceilings in this room, excuse me, because there is a tower above it. Here's the bar, hangout area, vault, drink loaded with drugs. Everybody's tripping. We're having a good time. Why not? It's the apocalypse, people. Get high. Nothing to lose. Looking down on the greenhouse. Cat trap. If you've seen my video, first one, you will know that I am a huge proponent of cats in settlements. Makes your settlers very happy, boosts happiness real easily without adding a lot to your build limit, without adding anything to your build limit, because it's just a settler, it's not even a settler. And cats rock. So here's looking down on those display areas. As I said, they house turrets. Seating area. There's a balcony overlooking the herd. Wonderful stuck Brahmin. God, they're annoying. I don't know if it happens on every other platform, but Xbox One, certainly my game. Pain in the ass. And heading up, we have the third floor of the Citadel Fortress, overlooking here the main dock. That actually goes back around. You'll find, well, no, excuse me, over in there is the, there we can see the castle. I'll do a tour of that probably next. I may save that for one of my modded tours because I have a really nice modded castle. Alright, so top floor again. I'm sorry. That just leads up to there. And we have a glitch. Sorry, folks. It'll be the end of this video.